Yes, sir. We back. Golden MyNBA series, new episode. Last episode, we ended off with a draft lottery. If you guys haven't seen that, I'm going to show y'all right now. The Cleveland Cavaliers won the lottery once again. It feels like they always do. The Lakers got the second pick, Trailblazers number 3, the Pacers number 4, the Sonics number 5, and you guys can see the rest from here. And this is probably the biggest NBA draft lottery of all time, because this class is just going to change. It's going to change the NBA forever. Like, mark my words on that. And I already did the draft, so I'm about to show you the results right now. Who went number 1 and who's going to the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm about to reveal that right now. Let's get right into it. The number 1 pick, it was no other than Reggie Mack out of Duke University. Most outstanding player. The best player in this class that we have to offer. If you guys haven't already looked at the big board, he had comparisons of Kobe and KD. This man, he's the one. He's the one. All I'm saying, he's the one. He's the guy everybody wanted and people were tanking for. Number 2, we got my boy Rich Mack, the most dominant center that we've seen in the college game since probably Shaquille O'Neal. Rich Mack is going to be a problem in the league. He's going to the best franchise ever, the Los Angeles Lakers, and they get another center, and he could possibly be, when it's all said and done, he could possibly be the guy that hangs up his jersey in the Raptors with the centers along Wilt Chamberlain, George Mikan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Shaquille O'Neal. Rich Mack is going to be up there next. Mark my words on that. He is the most dominant big man we have in this draft class, and he's coming. He's arrived. 7'3", 320, grown man, 19 years old. I don't got to say much more about that. Number 3, we got Carlson Davis, Mo Davis of Kentucky, professional scorer. He's a bucket getter. He can score at all 3 levels. He's going to be a difference maker for this Trailblazers roster. The 5th pick, we got Jabari Mack, teammate of Reggie Mack, won a national championship at Duke. He's one of the most unique prospects because he's 6'11" with handles, and he has athleticism. Small forward. He's going to be great in the league someday. Number 5, we had the Defensive Player of the Year in college basketball, Khalif Kingston, going 5th pick to the Seattle Supersonics. I feel like this is a good pickup and a good franchise starter. Somebody you could just build your defense around, Khalif Kingston. He's a monster, and he also has skill on the offensive end. So I'm really interested to see how he produces on the Supersonics. 6th pick, we got Danny Tyler going 6th pick to join Caleb Taylor and Maurice Allen on the Milwaukee Bucks. Danny Tyler went to Michigan State, averaged like 30 points in college. The best shooter we have in this draft. Danny Tyler is definitely going to be a problem in the league. 7th pick, we got Jalen Miller out of Memphis. Another bucket getter, smooth scorer. Reminds me a little bit of Jason Tatum. Going to Minnesota to partner up with Ant-Man and Evan Mobley. They got a real solid future right now. And the 8th pick, we got Shane Baker to the Chicago Bulls. Shane Baker is probably one of my favorite players in this class. Another unique prospect, a power forward that can handle the ball, make plays for himself and his teammates. He does a little bit of everything, Shane Baker. This is a good pickup to partner up with Patrick Williams in the front court for the Chicago Bulls. The 9th pick, we got Joe Banks. Joe Banks is a do-it-all type point forward, I should definitely say. Reminds me a little bit of Ben Simmons. I see a little Grant Hill in his game. He went to North Carolina. I just feel like Joe Banks, he does a little bit of everything. The deciding factor for him is how good his jump shot is and his aggressiveness at times. 10th pick, Austin Mack was projected to go top 5, and he ended up slipping to the 10th pick for the Knicks. And this is the best draft pick the Knicks had in probably since Patrick Ewing. Austin Mack is that nigga. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Austin Mack is that nigga. He a dog. Reminds me of John Morant and Damian Lillard. Shades of both of them. He got the athleticism of John Morant. He's going to wow you on the court every night that he plays, and he's going to give it his all when he's on the court. 11th pick, we got Troy Mack. Troy Mack is something special. I feel like out of all these players, he probably didn't produce the most in college, but his potential is scary, man. 7-footer, skilled player. His defense is crazy. in his prime, he's gonna be a defensive player of the year. Reminds me of Kevin Garnett. I see shades of Giannis a little bit. The way he shows flashes to take the ball from one end to the other end, coast to coast. Troy Mack. He's gonna be a special talent for the Golden State Warriors in the future. 12th pick, we got my guy Jay Anthony going 12th pick to partner up with Luka Doncic, another 6'8", tall point guard. It's going to be very versatile between Luka and Jay Anthony in the future. Hopefully Luka stays because the Dallas Mavericks is having their problems making the playoffs. Luka got injured at the end of the season and they didn't make the playoffs. So hopefully Jay could be that guy to turn this franchise around. Help Luka turn the franchise around and be that complimentary piece for him. 13th pick, we got Scott King. Probably the second best shooter in the class. Jump shot is cash, water, wet, Dasani, whatever you want to call it. Scott King is a shooter, and he could create his own shot. 14th pick to end off the lottery, we got Carlson Davis, the twin brother of Mo Davis. Carlton went to North Carolina. This is the second North Carolina player that was drafted in the lottery. Carlton reminds me a little bit of Penny Hardaway, a flashy point guard, tall point guard, 6'7". He could do whatever you want. He's a very versatile type player. 15th, we got Jeremy Goodson. After the lottery, I'm going to just scroll down the list. We got Jeremy Goodson to the Knicks, another good addition for the Knicks. Trent Brothers going to the Jazz. We got Isaiah Blackman to the Hornets. Dante Carter to the Grizzlies. Justice Augustine to the Raptors. J.J. King to the Wizards. Moses Johnson to the Bucks. Rico Ryder to the Bulls. Tyus Rogers to the Heat. Clay Hooper to the Magic. Delonte Daniels to the Rockets. The Kings get Tyree Walker. Adrian Sparks to the Sixers. Deion Jones to the Nuggets. Corey Cousins to the Celtics. And Tyson Dawkins to the Pelicans. And that's the whole first round. We could go and look at the second round right now because we still got a lot of talent that was left on the board. Second round, we got Dustin Day going first pick in the second round to the Sonics. Cameron Ramirez to the Lakers. Kwame Okoye to the Timberwolves. The Bucks get Contrell Brown. Chance Jackson to the Bulls. Jalil Iverson, bucket getter. That's Jamal Crawford 2.0 to the Warriors. Galil Gilbert to the Knicks. The Knicks have one of the best, what's it called? They probably have one of the best drives. Now I'm going to hold you. They got a lot of talent. Austin Mack, Jeremy Goodson, and Galil Gilbert, 3 solid players. Jalen Honeycutt to the Nets. Trailblazers get Devontae Tucker. Niles Richardson to the Hawks. Eddie Houston to the Mavericks. Terrell Miles to the Cavs. Kayshawn Young to the Pacers. Milo Nikolic to the Jazz. Deshaun Ross to the Pistons. Lamar Smith to the Suns. Ace Diagne to the Hornets. Dakari Grant to the Grizzlies. Matt Adams to the Raptors. Skip Fletcher to the Wizards. Dustin Williams to the Spurs. Jelani Austin to the Kings. Jordan Evans, to the Bulls. Christian Knox to the Heat. Dave Wilson to the Rockets. Zach Archer to the Kings. Lamont Bridges to the Nuggets. Prince Amino to the Sixers. Andrew Campbell to the Pelicans. And the last pick was Tyrell Meekins to the Sonics. So that is y'all whole NBA draft 2025. Mark my words, like I said this before, this is going to be the greatest draft class of all time. I know there's always a lot of draft classes that get hyped up and is supposed to be the next great draft class, but I promise you, it's just not going to fail. Like, mark my words, is that going to be at least like a top 5 draft class? We have future superstars. We're going to have players that's going to be playing big pieces on championship teams down the line. And, stacked class. Go and download that right now. Go to Fictional Draft Class. It has about 2,000 downloads. You feel me? But let's go and look at the free agency summary. I'm going to just go by team, and I'm going to let y'all see what happened. Ben Simmons signed a 5-year, $260 million contract. That is a fucking bag. I'm not going to hold y'all. And they also picked up some complimentary pieces in Dylan Brooks and Daryl Saric. The Sixers made it to the conference finals, lost in Game 7 against the Celtics. Yeah, that's what they lost to. So Hopefully, maybe this. I don't know if this is gonna be enough of them to take them over the hump, but we'll see. They're only one game away out of making it to the finals. Next team, we got the Milwaukee Bucks. They signed Clint Capella, re-signed Derek White. That was probably their two biggest additions. Other players, we don't really care about. Now I'm gonna hold you. Next team, Mikael Bridges signs to the Bulls. That's probably their biggest addition. The Cleveland Cavaliers re-signed Scotty Brown, signed Moses Brown. Scotty Barnes, my bad. Scotty Barnes re-signed. Celtics, any new additions? They signed Thomas Bryant, TJ Warren, and re-signed Garuba, and also added. The Celtics made some moves. They signed 3 new centers: Kevon Looney, Nurkic, Thomas Bryant, TJ Warren, and re-signed Garuba. And one thing I'm kind of questioning it because they did draft a center also, and they picked up 3 other centers. So I'm gonna be interested to see that rotation. But the Celtics are definitely a championship team with Tatum and Brown being their 2 best players. Next team, Jimmy Butler signs a 1-year deal with the Sonics. Terry Rozier signs a 3-year deal. DeMar DeRozan comes back for another year. Mikael Bridges, might be a big move for the Grizzlies. I think they finished with the 7th seed last year, but I think next season with their players that they have growing in Chase Cassidy and Josh Tillman and John Morant being the best player, I feel like they're definitely gonna have a better record than last year. And Brandon Clark also came back too. Next team we got the Hawks. Cam Thomas re-signed, John Collins re-signed. Yeah, they didn't make not too many big moves. I'm surprised John Collins is still on this team a little bit. Moving on to the next team, Justice Winslow goes back to Miami. Devontae Graham, and probably the biggest move in the all season, one of the biggest moves. Donovan Mitchell signs a 4-year, $150 million contract to sign with the Miami Heat and partner up with Bam Adebayo, the reigning MVP. So keep your eyes out on the Miami Heat. Let's see if they're going to be actually making a move this year. Next team, this is probably one of the most underrated signings. OG Anunoby to the Charlotte Hornets. Partner up with Devin Booker and LaMelo Ball. They have that wing defender and somebody that he could also shoot, a 3-and-D player, and he could put the ball on the floor a little bit and get to the basket. Kai Jones also, I think he re-signed with the team. Good pickup for the Charlotte Hornets. Next team, we got Luke Kennard signs a 2-year deal with the Utah Jazz. Josh Giddey signs with the Jazz. It's probably their biggest moves. Next team, we got Paul George signs a 2-year, $42 million contract to the Sacramento Kings. That's a really good pickup. He's gonna be playing the 3, filling in that spot. And they also have Jalen Johnson too. Paul George is up there in age, and he's definitely not gonna be counted on to be that top guy anymore. I think last year, I don't remember what team he played on last year. I don't feel like checking. But let's move on to the next squad. The New York Knicks. Jonas Valanciunas signs a 2-year deal. Keon Johnson re-signs. Jaden Springer also re-signs with the team. Nothing too significant for the Knicks this offseason. But looking at the Lakers, they bring back LeBron and AD. So AD re-signs a 4-year contract after it kind of looked apparent that he might wanted to leave, but I don't know what swayed him to stay. I guess Rich Mack, the addition of Rich Mack, because, oh my gosh, that front court is going to be lethal. Lethal. And you still got LeBron. Like, LeBron's probably not the LeBron, the MVP LeBron, the great GOAT LeBron, but he still could produce at a high level LeBron. So they got Anthony Davis, LeBron, and Rich Mack in the front court. And they also signed Anthony Simons and picked up Terrence Davis to a 2-year contract. So I think the Lakers is definitely going to be in the playoff hunt. Last year, with Paul George, it didn't go too well for them. Very tough. But I think this next season, the Lakers are definitely going to be a better team. Jalen Green re-signed. Franz Wagner re-signed. Tim Hardaway Jr. signed a 2-year contract with the Orlando Magic. And I think they went out in the first round. They had a pretty disappointing year after adding Joel Embiid. So hopefully next year they'll actually do something. We go see. The Dallas Mavericks pick up 3 power forwards and Aaron Gordon, Larry Nance, and Rui Hachimura. And I kind of like these pickups. Just adding defenders around Luka and stuff. Hopefully this team will be better than last year, and everybody just stays healthy on the Dallas Mavericks. Next team, we got Vucevic signing with the Nets. Day'Ron Sharpe signing a 2-year contract. Ain't nothing significant. We gonna move on. Dame Lillard re-signs with the Nuggets, and so does Chris Duarte. Nothing other significant with that team. Jared Butler signs a three-year contract with the Indiana Pacers. Montrezl Harrell signs for 2 years. We got James Bucknight re-signs. Yeah, not too many significant deals as we going through a couple of these teams. Mitchell Robinson signs a 2-year contract alongside with Ousmane Dieng. I don't know how to say that nigga's name. I probably pronounced it wrong. But he signed a 3-year, $56 million contract. Don't know about that, buddy. That might be one of the biggest overpays this offseason. Isaiah Jackson signs with the Raptors, and so does Josh Christopher. We're going to see how the Raptors turn out next season. Jalen Suggs got his extension. Zubac signs a 2-year contract. And Zaire Williams also comes back to the team. Matisse Thybulle signs a 1-year deal, so is Josh Richardson, adding 2 good defenders for the San Antonio Spurs. And you also still have DeJounte Murray on that team. So the defense for San Antonio is going to be locked down, even though they still other 2 guards that they have, Zach LaVine and D'Angelo Russell. That's who the player is. I'm wilding. The reigning 6-man a year, D'Angelo Russell. I feel like the 2 players that they picked up is going to definitely help pick up the slack defensively. Robert Williams is also a good pickup for them defensively, too. A menace. Nigga be punching shit. We got Alpan Sengun re-signs with the Spurs. Next team, we got Andrew Wiggins and Jaden McDaniels signing with the Phoenix Suns. Davion Mitchell signs with the Phoenix Suns, and Ayo Dosunmu. So, decent pickups for the Phoenix Suns. They ain't really on shit this year, though. And after losing in 5 games, the Thunder, the moves that they make is pick up Harry Giles, Dorian Finney-Smith, Tyus Jones, Duncan Robinson, and Dante DiVincenzo. I think the Tyus Jones, Duncan Robinson, and Dante DiVincenzo pickup is really good. And they re-signed Kuminga, but I believe they traded Kuminga. I'm about to go and look at that right now. There definitely was trades that happened. Oh, brother. Oh, yeah, there's definitely trades that happened. We traded Jonathan Kuminga. It was basically a signing trade. He goes to Phoenix, and Andrew Wiggins and Davion Mitchell goes to the Thunder. So that just adds to their depth and less money on the books, too, for the Thunder. So that was a pretty good return for Jonathan Kuminga. You know, he wasn't going to be playing. He wasn't going to live up to his potential playing behind Karl Anthony Towns, Giannis, and Shai Alexander. So he about to spread his wings on the Phoenix Suns. Be on the lookout for that. Also, another trades that happened. Actually, we could come back to the trades after. All right. Where was we at? I think the Suns. No, Thunder. I don't want to see that. All right, Dennis Schroeder signs a 2-year contract with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Evan Mobley re-signs, the reigning most improved player of the year, and Jalen Noel re-signs also. Next team, we got the Trailblazers. Jamal Murray re-signs a 5-year contract. Theo Maledon signs with the team. We got Corey Kispert, gets a 2-year, $8 million contract. Golden State Warriors, Curry comes back for a 2-year, $60 million, and this nigga could go to 45. All he gotta be able to do is shoot and run. If he could run and shoot, Curry's gonna be valuable. I'm telling you, anybody want to have Curry on their team. You know, in real life though, you know, Curry, you want to come to the Lakers, nigga, in a couple years. What's up? What's up? Like on nigga Martin, nigga. But they also added Rashawn Holmes, Trey Mann, Marcus Smart, Caldwell Pope. So that's pretty good role players they picked up, Golden State. Next team, Cade Cunningham signs that bag, the Bizag, 5-year, $229 million contract coming off his rookie deal. That is a bag. Shout out to my nigga Cade Cunningham, future #1 pick. Davis Bertans signs a 2-year contract. And Moses Moody reunites with his high school teammate, Cade Cunningham. If y'all didn't know that, signs a 3-year, $30 million contract. But let's go back to the trades that happened. Julius Randle wanted out of New York after things didn't go well after a couple years when Kawhi came and all that. He fell off the map, low key or high key. So the trade was Christian Wood, Isaiah Green, and Zaire Williams for Julius Randle. And this could possibly put the Rockets into playoff contention. We can't look at their full roster right now because I'm in the summer league thing, and it's not letting me show the full roster because you know how the shit go. I'm over here doing some other shit. I don't know where I'm supposed to be at. But let's go back. We traded Kobe White and Lonnie Walker for James Harden. Harden wants to try and get the ring. He partners up with Patrick Williams, a 27-point scorer. Patrick Williams, a star. Patrick Williams is definitely a star, and Harden is basically, I think, around like 36 years old. So he wanted a change of scenery, and that's what he got. I don't even know what I'm doing. Don't mind me, nigga. Tyler Hero is traded for Josh Giddey. For Josh Giddey to allow the Donovan Mitchell signing to happen. Tyler Hero on this is actually a good player. Unlike what the hell he's doing in real life. But I think this is definitely an upgrade for Miami. And the next stop, we done with all the free agency signings and all that. So the teams are basically set. The next stop is Summer League. That's going to be in the next episode. So stay tuned for that. We're going to have the first Summer League games. I'm about to show y'all. Let's look at the lineups. We got to play with the #1 pick, Reggie Mack. So I'm probably going to – next episode, I'm going to simulate through these games with y'all. And then probably in the playoffs, we could definitely go play a couple of games and stuff and see how everything go. But if y'all like the video, hit the like button. Hit that like button. I'm not going to hold y'all because we definitely got more content coming on the way. Hit the subscribe button. Tell a friend. Tell that friend to tell another friend so they could tell their friends and they could tell their mom and their auntie and their brother and their uncle and their pops. It's basically everybody. So it's your boy Reg Dollar. Stay tuned for the next episode. We gonna be in the Summer League. Be great. Don't hate. You know the vibes. Yes, sir. I'm out.